What if I was to tell you that my long break from YouTube is finally over? Film fans of YouTube, hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Josh, your Movie Apprentice, finally back with a review after what has been 3 months, so thank you for your patience. And what a way to return than with Jordan Peele's new film, Nope, starring Daniel Kaluuya, Keke Palmer, and Stephen Yeun. This follows a brother and sister duo who, after seeing a strange object over their ranch, decide to try their best to capture undeniable high definition proof of this flying object. However, this object they're seeing has more to it than meets the eye. So Jordan Peele, his films, love him or hate him, you have to admit, this guy is constantly giving us fresh new looks at genres. The whole UFO subgenre died quite a long time ago. There was a film a couple of years ago called The Fast of Night, which was a really good interpretation of that genre, but it's still stuck with the same beats of alien abduction. Jordan Peele here gives us a very unique take on this genre and arguably gives us the best sci-fi horror in a good few years. Because make no sense, while this is advertised as sort of a science fiction with a touch of thriller in there, it is undeniably a horror movie in my personal opinion, simply for the fact that it gives us some truly hard to watch and horrific scenes. There is a scene in this that I will not spoil. This will be a spoiler free review. I know it's been out for a while in the States, but it's only just come out here in the UK. So we're keeping this review spoiler free. But there is a certain scene in this that is one of the most horrific, hard to watch, and hard to listen to scenes I have heard and seen in quite some time on the big screen. Keke Palmer is by far the standout in regards to the cast in this. She gives us a very dynamic performance of both charm and determination. She is a great little character. Daniel Kaluuya as well is really good in this. He does take a bit of a back seat to Keke Palmer's character, in my personal opinion, in terms of performance quality, but he does a fantastic job with what he is presented with and presenting this character who's a bit more introverted and closed off compared to his more energetic and bubbly sister. The cinematography in this is really well done, and the way they play with the concept of this unidentified flying object is really good. I remember when the poster for this film came out, and everyone tried to piece together what it could possibly be about, just looking at the image on this poster. And now I've seen the movie, that poster is just fantastic. Definitely one of those all timers that is certainly up there, especially in comparison to some of the copy and paste posters we have received in general movies in recent times. Now, that's not to say this film is flawless. There is definitely elements in this and certain scenes that drag this down for me and stops it from going number one on my Jordan Peele ranking. Is definitely an improvement over Us, which, whilst I did enjoy it, I was disappointed overall with it. This one I was satisfied with, but unlike Get Out, where I feel like there was nothing really I could see that was wrong with that movie to a detrimental effect, this film had a couple of elements that really irked me in some way. For one thing, Stephen Yeun is criminally underused in this. He's not in the film that much. His character is someone that I don't really feel we get to know too much as opposed to the view of him from our main protagonist. He's certainly good when he's on screen. I feel like he is very much underused in the wider scheme of things. Also, there is a subplot in this that is heavily featured. The first scene hints at this subplot, and it keeps cutting back to that throughout the film's runtime. And I don't know if I'm just an idiot, but I did not see what that subplot added to the story. It felt very disconnected and disjointed from the story itself. And that was a crying shame because the way it's built up is very nicely done indeed. But the actual payoff and what it leads to just doesn't really do anything for me. It doesn't feel like it really fit in the genre. It felt like it was just there to give another character a bit more depth, but it left me with more questions about that character than anything else. And that for me was a big letdown in my own personal regards. Also, with this movie, so there are characters, like the title says, Nope, where one thing I love about Jordan Peele's characters in his scripts is they will see something creepy and they'll immediately be like, nope, this is not right. I am not messing with that. I love the intelligence of a lot of the characters in this. So when you see some characters do some inexplicable 180 in what they're planning to do and some really comic stupidity playing out, it sticks out a lot more when it's balanced across characters that are very smart and are smart enough to say, yeah, I am not messing with that. I'm just going to no part of that and leave it. In a way, I feel like this film should have been called Don't Look Up, but then Don't Look Up came out, so they had to change it. And the amount of times the character says nope in this is very frequent. The fact that some characters just seem to do a 180 on their motives and doesn't really explain why they've suddenly done these 180s and some of the stupid decisions get made in the final third in order to stretch out the runtime a little bit. That I found quite bothersome. But this film was a very nicely paced film. It was quite slow paced, slowly built up to the big reveals and the twists and turns. And we don't really get a moment of pure joy until the finale. And that's how a film should be. I feel like there should be a lot of times where we are uncomfortable with what we're seeing. We are doubting what the outcome is going to be. So when we do get that finale, we feel all the better for it. So yeah, overall for me, Nope was a solid entry into Jordan Peele's lineup of movies. I've got to say, for a guy that's only done 3 films as of now, it is amazing that every time he brings a new film out, there is speculation and there's anticipation for those movies. So no matter what, Jordan Peele is a director that's always worth keeping an eye out for and always worth looking forward to. Aside from some underutilization of Steven Yeun, like I've said, and some what felt like pointless side plots and some questionable character decisions, there was a lot of charm in the main cast, the way it played with the concept of the UFOs and the genre of that, and the meshing of the sci-fi and horror genre leads to some very, very powerful and hard to watch scenes that I can always appreciate in a filmmaker. So overall for me, I'm gonna have to say that Nope is a good cup of tea. So Nope, have you seen it? Let me know what you thought down in the comments below. Now, thank you again for your patience. I won't get into the boringness of why I've been gone so long. That's just life stuff in general. But if you have stuck around this long, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I am back for good now. I do promise that. But you can help me out a bit here. The algorithm's not going to like me very much after my long break. So hit that like button if you can and drop a comment. Just interact with the video, share it out. Let's get this content out there and let's get back on track. I'm happy to announce that I will once again be going to the London Film Festival in October. So expect a lot of short little reviews during the festival, followed by feature-length reviews afterwards. But until next time, everybody, I am Josh. I have been your Movie Apprentice. And I'll see you all in the next video.